To refresh old windows every time. Nothing ever loads instantly. But we are here with, you might have guessed it, World of Goo 2. Where I did really enjoy the first one, and I don't think I ever actually streamed a full playthrough of it, but I did play it like years ago in one of the early Humble Bundles. And it was a really good game, and I did all the puzzles and captured as many goos as I could. It's already got the extra things that are in shades, because, you know, in World of Goo 1, they didn't have all of the things, and also, well, I guess it doesn't go into orbit. You can do the same things, it seems, except we've got to, launch a goo ball into outer space. Yeah, I didn't mean to send him quite entirely into space. I was trying to send him into orbit. In the first game, they didn't build the extra things for the other chapters until you've gone along, and you didn't get goos on the planet until you expand QD. Until you captured and freed some, but I guess it's continuing on from the first game, so, you know, same planet. Does that mean space? I mean, the space. We go into space. And all the goos that I've launched into orbit are now all flying around the planet. I should check the options. Drag panning, no window mode. Good, because you could easily click out a window. Not many options, but yeah, World of Goo 2. Thank you to 2D Boy for the code. Very much appreciated. We're going to see how many we can capture of all of the goos in all of the worlds. Summer. The long, juicy roads. Now we've got more sections to this, so, you know, we've got all these extra levels in this, which, you know, will probably all make sense. I don't know if there's going to be secrets or anything in this. There's the hook there. There might be secrets and different things, but we shall see. A goo-filled hill. And, you know, what's going to be different between this World of Goo and the other one? So, you know, in the first one, you need to make them as stable as you can and get as many as you can to the exits, which is up here. And then, you know, there's achievements for getting as many as possible and as least moves as possible and in as quick a time. 3 seconds or less. Have to collect 13 balls or more for... Is possible. Right, so obviously I did that the normie way because, you know, that's just how it is. But there's ways of doing things differently. So because this thing has suction... Okay, it's not going to let me do... Okay, it might be because... Retry. Because it needs to interact with 2 differents at once, which is going to be hard. There's secret goos, right. A secret goos off the map. That's how we get the 13. They've hidden goos off of the map. Okay, but you can also do things where it's not really going to be possible in this one. Where you can make it, you know, just have a singular dangly one. Okay. Of OCD. Collecting all of the things. 13 goos, and then, you know, there's 29 seconds as well. We're gonna flush. 3 seconds might be hard. 3 seconds might be hard. I'm not necessarily going to go for all of the challenges and all of the things, but, you know. Okay. Throw a non-goof ball to the exit such that it's sucked up. 4 seconds. Well, we got an achievement out of it because I threw it into the exit before it was even ready. Really just want to get the 3 seconds on this one because I just sort of did it. You know. Okay, that should be less than 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Okay, so there's the achievement for throwing the balls into the suction pipe with... Apparently there's golf balls, goose balls. It kind of spoils it for me. 3 completion distinctions, you know, accidentally throwing that ball into the exit there. Spoiled that there's a new type of ball. I mean, there's going to be 2 new types of goo. We obviously knew that, because it wouldn't be World of Goo without extra goos, would it? There's signposts that tell you things. On the edge of a small divide, more goo balls appeared. Where had they been all this time? For years, there were no goo balls anywhere. But now, here they are. On hilltops. In ravines. Oozing up out of the ground. Like no time at all has passed. Do I need to block those? Mysterious pipes snaked down from the canopy above. The goo balls seem to wonder where it might lead. Okay, so the first one was obviously just tutorial land. There's these sleeping balls here. I wonder if any of this is anything. 0 out of 5 collected. So we only need to get 5 balls. He doesn't wake them up like that. Sometimes doing things like that can do things right. So the thing is, physics is a thing in this. So as I build, if I try to build directly forwards, the whole thing is going to collapse down. So what we need to do is build upwards. Now this is a weak design, so it is going to collapse unless I reinforce it. But I'm kind of accounting for it collapsing. I feel like it's going to be problematic collapse. But you know, I've played the first game. I know what's up. There it goes, collapsing. Did I waste extra goo balls? Probably. Yeah, I think I did. You know what? It'd be better to just build out to the right, it seems, in that instance. Hold to fast forwards. Just because of how I messed that up. Right, so building along the ground where it's more stable is obviously more sensible. Counterweighting is kind of important as well, right? So we're going to get as strength as we can. And then we can start to build out. Like, I can do this. It's fine. It's not too weak at the moment. Like, whilst I can get extra length out of the gloop with doing, you know, things, it's important to make sure that you are strengthening and landing. What are you doing? Okay, apparently when they wake up, they decide that they're going to jump off a cliff rather than be useful. And again, I could just climb up, but we're not going to get all of these sleeping goos that way, are we? So we need to wake them up inside. Whilst also climbing upwards. Okay, this should wake them up as well. Okay, if I do one more up. Like, I kind of don't want to waste one to get him, but at the same time, if I touch the exit, that's it. It's over. But, you know, is it worth waking one up with the cost of one? Now I think we had just waited so that we'd use them even more to get to the exit. Okay, we didn't save every possible goo ball because one jumped off the cliff. And there's probably less that you can use to do that as well. 29 balls or more? 15 or fewer moves. There must be extra balls that come out of the pipes. If we go to the pipes, it probably gives us more goo. In fact, you might be able to get infinite goo coming out of them pipes by the look of it. But, you know, we're just going to play through casually. I can do the achievements and stuff afterwards. You know, play through the story, go for all the hard stuff later. These? Sometimes if you're really lucky, you'll see a little white bug buzzing around it to reset. So if you do something wrong, you hit the reset bug, it undoes your last move. Hop it to go back in time. I remember. Now that it tells me I remember. What's down here? Secrets? Shh. They're sleeping. But they might wake up with a cold splash of liquids. Okay, so maybe I could have rerouted the oil in the other one to wake up some more goop. There's a pipe here, but I think that might be the exit pipe. This wet sack looks like it's about to burst. I wouldn't tug on it if I were you. Oh, it's got the green bugs, and it's going to release everything. The green bugs are probably the best ones, because they're very stable, and you can reuse them as well. You can reuse them. But I wouldn't tug on it if I were you, because if you aren't careful, you'll lose all your green bugs. Green bug doesn't wake up them, though. The oil is coming. Did something die? Death is tactical sometimes as well, because with these, where they're pre-used up, you can kill an interim one. Say if we killed that one would become a usable loot that we could grab and catch and reuse. So, you know, there are tactics to killing them as well. So if you kill the old used things, right, so this is the reset bug floating around. We're not going to kill it. You can gain extra glue by doing things like that. Something to this area. Okay, well, we've lost our green guys in amongst that mess now. But maybe there's an achievement to, like, fill the octagon with the green loops. And what we should do, I should have put them somewhere where I could get to them. Because if I utilize the green loops, like I said, we can grab them back out. Whereas the other goop, you cannot. So if I built with the green, I could get up here and, you know, not be losing other goop along the way. So it might be for the best. Right. Why is this one bigger than the other one was? Hello? How are you chunkier? Okay. Should I be concerned that my guy has escaped? Where did he go? Okay. Well, we looked at getting in there. There's probably an achievement to build with the green things and fill that octagon shape, but we're not going to do that. Okay, what we want to do is just use the green guys, and then at the top we can use the black ones, and then, you know, minimize the use of other goop. And then once it is stretchy, once it's stretching up there, and these are more stable than the black goop, always. So they're just the best in all circumstances to use. And then we can have extra goop in there. But trying to find the other green goop wherever they're running around. There he is. It's the real challenge. Okay. Now you can see that I've used a few of them up. What I should do, this is going to collapse, is put one black one in the middle of these instead. Because then, when I take away a green one, they all come back to life. At least they used to. I don't know if they do any more in this one. Counterweights are important. And that's why you have reset bugs. I mean, sent me back quite a bit in time. It didn't just undo the one move. It undid several moves. Okay. But strategically place that guy there. And then, you know, whilst I can do things to reach higher, it's more unstable. And then, you know, sometimes you just want to build quick. So it might be important to just go like... I messed up. You know, if I can get that last one in there so that it starts the suction, we just get that up. Okay, suction. And then you go up there. You go up there. Oh. Oh. And you see how these guys can also connect to 3 things. Now that's also a useful thing. Apparently I messed up with being able to get that guy into the exit. 37 to 12, whatever. I sent that guy into orbit, apparently. I don't know if he went into the exit, but... I mean, it's not sucking anymore because, you know, there's not one connected to it. Okay, so if I'd have done that tactically different, we could have left one thing hanging. And one thing hanging rather than the whole heavy tower would have kept it going up there. And then we could have got 41. We had extra greens. We got at least 1 green in there. At least 1. We could have got 41. 9 or fewer moves. I don't know if the turning back time affects that. I don't know. You know, we're gonna like half faff around, half progress, because we're just having fun with it, because it's a fun game. Trying to get as many as we can, but we're not going to be OCD about it. No goop. Red ones. Red ones are balloons. A beautiful ice cave. Can hear my voice echoing off the frozen walls. Hello, hello. Hello? Hello? I feel like I could freeze here and become a fossil. Maybe someone will find me millions of years from now. Or these balloons might come in handy. These balloons might come in handy. These grumpy creatures don't respond to any form of poking or tugging. But there might be some way to steal, acquire their flying goo balls. Yeah, probably catch them in our thing. So these are goo balls that are just not sentient, but we need to catch as many as we can. Now, you might think that having this many balloons might make that a problem. But obviously, if I take off the balloon, once I've caught a few, we can just sort of keep coming back for more and catch them all. Pokemon. We caught one by accident there. That's how you are going to catch all of these. Slowly but surely. Oh, come on. We can catch this last one. We got him. Okay. OCD. Then... Okay, Balloon Goo doesn't want to go in the exit. I don't know, something about it tells me that you used to be able to catch a Balloon Goo in the exit as well. Just for the extra OCD factor, but I guess not. Okay, 20 goo balls or more, 5 or fewer moves. 5 or fewer moves is easy, right? You just don't remove the balloons that much. 19 seconds or less. That's just, you need to time it perfectly and get them all to the exit, right? Rebirth. Hey, that's not a goo. Tomorrow Corporation. They're feeding the goop to the babies.
Rejuvenation.
Planting. Pet the squirrel.
Revitalization.
Give him a nut.
Reincorporation.
Oil.
Rebirth.
Hi, squirrel.
World of Goo Corporation is now World of Goo Organization.
With slimy snake ladies. Let's go shopping! Sustainably! So important. Sustainability, yes. Don't use up all the goo, don't kill off all the creatures. Sustainable. Because we used up all the goo before. Soggy bottom or exemplary trajectories. I mean, this feels like a secret path. You know, this is like the main path up here, and then we'll go extra levels. We're gonna do all the stuff. Golf. What a strange new creatures. They look like someone duct taped a pipe onto the face of a large goo ball. I bet you could grab one of them and wiggle their tongues around. I haven't tried yet. ... Yeah, I bet you haven't. You can go first. You first. No off the map secrets. These are probably goofballs, right? There's something sleeping there. Something sneaky secret, huh? I mean, you know, aim for the thing, but probably not like that. What's all this about, though? No. Cute noises. What's all that about? I need to know what's over here. Not the smartest thing to do. I need to know. What sleeps over here? What is this sleeping? $16 extra goofballs. Did I use less than 16 to get over there? Probably. Okay. So these only connect to 2, unlike the green ones that can connect to 3. But sometimes it's worth using a stabilizer like that. It might seem like a waste, but it really does help structurally with these goo. Okay, we might need to be quick on the last one. He's fine. He's making his way back. Come on. There we go. We made it! We made it. 30 of 17. Didn't say OCD though. 31 probably, let me guess. 31. Yeah, we wasted one somehow. Probably could have reached the sleeping ones one sooner. 13 or fewer moves, but you know, whatever. These are for not on screen messing about. Launch breaks. So these must be the goof balls. The goo golf balls, you know. Apparently you can maybe just launch them straight to the exit like that. When the earth shook, these rocky pillars burst up from the deep underground. There's been unusual seismic activity in the area lately. Have you felt it? I wonder if it has anything to do with all the goo seeping up from below. Maybe it does. There's the exits. There's some sort of shiny light there. Sometimes there's things hidden up in the sky as well. You know, they hide things. They definitely hide things. Okay, I mean... pillar to pillar to pillar. Don't spit that. Okay, so what we should do is set them all in order first, because apparently they're just going to split them into the sea. Which isn't ideal. I mean, I could just hit the exit, but it wouldn't wake up all of these eagles. They're all set. Now they're going to go the right way. And everything's awake. Okay. Stability. Always important. This thing is going to collapse towards that way on its own, I feel. But, you know, we've kept it stable enough. Maybe. Give me the thing. This is really going to use 2 extra goo. Okay. That was tactical. For stability, you know, advanced World of Goo built-in techniques. You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand the structural stability that I built into that. 34. 39. There's probably better ways to build than I can build, but you know, I have my own interesting and unique techniques that we will be utilizing to build. I like that they tell a story with it as well. Okay. Weather looks ominous. The clouds parted above. Another mysterious pipe appears. Okay. I'm guessing that we can't stand on it will kill us. I'm gonna blow them up here, and then we could... If they weren't asleep... I mean... Would they just wake up if I take them straight to the exit? No, because the balloons are asleep as well. So you have to be sensible with how you build. Okay, sensible. We got as much distance as we could out of that. I mean, I can afford to not be too sensible with this bit because it'll adapt and stretch itself and land. This we want to sort of build upwards. This is fine. We made it across. It may use one extra goo ball than might have been necessary, but I feel like, you know, adapting around that might have... Do we need all this goo that we're redirecting? Because we are also redirecting the liquids, which it said wakes up things, which I remember. And that's how we could have woke up a lot of that other goo without using extra goo, isn't it? I could have redirected the liquids. That also weighs down our thing. Okay, so that's important to notice. Our stuff gets weighed down by it. Standard 4 collected. I feel like I could have just thrown them all over the end, you know? 13 or more balls. Okay. Maybe we had to collect both paths to get to that one. I just want to see if we can cheat. Like, what if I just did this? This guy comes over here. I'm going to put him low so that he actually flies up. He doesn't wake them up. They specifically needed the oil. Got it. They specifically needed the oil to wake up. Which is different, because normally you just send the ball over and then they wake up. But I guess in that instance, you need the oil to wake them up. Okay, we've got new balls. Ew. Looks like this pipe is clogged. It won't activate until this liquid is drained away. Okay. A new species of goo ball. These conduit balls appear hollow. They seem to absorb any liquid they touch. With enough of these balls, you could build a global distribution network. Each one can only suck up a little bit of liquid, so if you want to suck up a lot, just keep building. I'm using one right now to sip a frosty cocktail. But what if I just... Okay. Like, he looks like he's drank it, but he hasn't drank it. And that one's floating. A sip of frosty cocktail. So what I want to do is make the tower actually fall in it. Hopefully. No, I don't think that's the way. Right, we're just going to start this level over. I feel like I just need to build straight down. Not try to be clever. Okay, just take them straight into it and then it'll sip them up in a straw network, right? Okay. I mean, it's sipped up a little bit. Okay, and then that should suck up the whole stuff in the straw. Intelligence. Use least possible number of balls. Okay. Now the exit won't go until they've drained it all, so we have to specifically drain it. Which means using more and more balls until we drain it all. Right, now... extra connections mean extra sips. So I think to maximize it, we need to connect them to as many nodes as possible. Which it seems to only want to connect 3 at a time. Yeah, definitely can't connect 4. But do I want them to be lengthier? Does that make a difference? Okay, just keep building. Just keep building. The sippy straw goo. It's not really making too much of a difference. It seems a little stuck. So I guess this one would just be speed-based. Why is it not moving? Did I mess up the sippy straws? Or did I do a smart thing? Because maybe if this bit isn't technically connected to it, maybe we don't need to sip that bit up. Maybe that bit won't need sipping. Because it's, you know, floating above. Okay, well, it got sipped up anyway. So it doesn't matter. Okay, that should be enough, hopefully. Come on. Okay, no, it's fine. It eventually caught on. 18. So that was the easier way to do that, but whatever. 18, 25, 54. Fewest moves possible. 23 or more balls. So you can get 5 more balls. You can get 5 more balls in that. That's crazy. Shoot them ladders. New balls? Hello, Cthulhu! Did you feel that? The ground cracked and opened several fissures leading down below. What's down there? Maybe that's where these pink squid things came from. Whatever they are. They look thirsty. Okay, so he wants to drink the... Dude, there's an exit. What a nice metal grate. It allows only liquid to fall through, and everything else will roll on by. Why don't you jump up and down and test how sturdy it is? Definitely won't break. So that means that that earlier metal grate that I was questioning might not have just been a drain. It might break and let things in. Because there's spikes down there. There's also saws that will murder us if we're bad. There's a whole thing to build over. There's a giant rock goo eye. There's whatever sleeps in them. Okay, so I'm guessing that liquids stop spikes, otherwise there's not really any good way. Okay, so he's probably going to spit out different type of goo. Be thirsty at the moment. Oh, are we just spitting the goo to the exit? Right, these guys are going to wake up with this. And then they're going to... Okay, so they're interacting with each other. All saved. Which means I don't need it to go that way anymore. Baby bird each other, sure. You're not really getting fed enough, are you? And you just spit into there. That's what's best for you. Oh, well, we've already freed them all anyway, whatever. And then these guys. I just... Okay, apparently if I touch the spikes with him, he's fine. Which is also questionable, because in the first one, if you're carrying a thing like that and you touch any of the hazards, they will die. And I feel like I not only touched that, but I also touched the circular saw. So, you know, I might have messed that up and he should be dead. We're not going to question that. Okay, are there any more normie ones? I don't think so. No more other ones floating around. Okay, so that's just draining off the goo so that it doesn't come over here. Then we've got all of these white ones. Guess we've woke them all up. I guess we can't touch them ones. Right. Okay, good to know. But these clear ones seem a little more structurally sound than the other ones. Okay, we got maybe some extra ones in there. 28. That's not OCD. And I can't reuse these. Not OCD, huh? 29. We could have built better. 7 or fewer moves, 33 seconds. I don't care about the speed challenge, to be fair. We have fun. We don't care about going fast. Pachingu! Bless you. You see that flow of liquid above? It will stop in about 30 seconds. So if you want to use it for something, now's the time. What? Well, so yeah, if I let it go of him on the spikes, it does pause it. Okay, well, we've woke them up. Something dying. Why do I hear death? Oh, good. Go in. Go in, Goo. Damn it. I could just make them spit it back and forth to each other. That would be sensible. Maybe we do that. Just feed yourself. Feed yourself. Build quickly, think later. Going. Okay, I mean, we've called ourselves a selection. He's asleep, so we can't even interact with him yet. This is fine. Now, obviously, that would have been the more sensible approach. Okay, some goo is going, does this make the spikes less deaf? Okay, we woke them up. We did the thing. We did all the things. Okay, so... you actually can't bring these down in any way, shape, or form. They cannot fit through. No matter what I try. Which is a bit silly. These ones can. Which is why I want to fire them all these other things. Like, I feel like I should have been able to fire those things over. That's because one of them is over there. Nailed it. They just become liquids? The liquid reforms into goo. Okay. So I could have turned these into extra goo balls. Because that turns liquid back into balls. Potentially. So we could have got extra balls. He's puking a lot. He pukes up a lot. We, again, you know, wasted a lot down the side there. It's fine that they're dying. Death is nothing, because that's how they get turned back into liquids, into balls. So we could have got, like, 100 here. We could have got way more. If I understood things and understood the mission a bit better. Like, we've lost half of the stuff down the side there. And they could have been extra balls. Death is not the end. They reform back into more balls. Again, I've wasted some, but it's fine. But they become more balls. Like, there's actually a lot wasted there. Yeah, again, I should have smashed them over here where they would have spat into that guy to spit over. But, you know, the odd extra ball counts, I guess. We could have got so many more. So many more. But now that I understand... 144 balls. Yeah, we could have got 144 balls. We could have 404. But I understand the assignment and how you would get 144 balls. I understand the assignment. Chain heads. Oh, it's a chain. Most of the land in this area looks like it's been washed away, eroded over time. All that's left is an ancient monument. How are you doing, monument? How's your head? There is no reply. Feel it turn. Spins around. Makes an ancient rumbling sound. "10 meters to go." He doesn't want to build upwards, which is interesting. But it's fine. We are building a chain. Now, I don't see any particular special way of doing a mechanism other than gravity. The machine must turn. Gravity will take hold. I could have done a strengthening one there, but I didn't want to. Okay, gravity will make this machine turn. What I should do is pair a tower. Okay. We have a tower. We need a counterweight. The machine will turn. Will be weighed down by the endless goop. And we have the tower. The tower is now connected to the ends. Because it is connected to the ends, we just disassemble and all can escape. As long as we don't accidentally flush the chain or drop any into the abyss. No! Where's my undo bug? Where's my undo bug? I would like my undo bug. We can still save this. We can still save this. Don't be running to that other side, just because the exit's there. Fine. Absolutely fine. I'm trying to grab the bug, not the level. It's always salvageable. Always. Until it isn't. Obviously, we want a further away centre of mass than we have. Okay. We've created a different center of mass. And also I can still save it by doing, like, disassemble this tower a bit. If we disassemble that tower, reassemble it different, it's lighter. Just gonna fly over, just gonna overshoot. Damn it. It's always salvageable. Always. Cheery, cheery music aside, we can still salvage this. We can still salvage this. You. Okay. Wait to there. Weight it differently. Okay. Close. But overshot. Also, this is always an option. Break the machine entirely inside. Oh. Break him inside. This is always the extra option. Stretch it from within. Because they don't expect this, do they? Don't expect anyone to stretch it from within. It is a more questionable method, but it's a valid one. Get another one inside. Okay. We broke the machine! It's a concern. Have we lost any off the bottom of the map there? I don't know if we've just lost an extra one off the map, but I have entirely broken the chain now. It has literally been broken. Breaker of chains. Breaker of chains. Successfully. Because we broke the wheel. You know, we can eventually... Like, what I could do is build that out so that the wheel itself becomes the link to that, and then we can get more up there. It's just... OCD. That one for sure is the OCD way. Because then you haven't used any of your green goos to do it. There was a connection there. Come on, I saw it. All you need to do is get that tower up there, and then that's just the black line down, and then all the green goos can descend. But, you know, I've proved my point. That's for an off-stream sort of thing. 48 balls or more, that's probably all the green ones. 10 or fewer moves. It used to, I'm sure, only fill up with the goos that you collected, but now it just seems like any old liquid as well. Not even just to a level where, you know, it fills up with the amount that you got. It's just like, you know, this is the amount that it fills. It all looks the same. even these very high elevations. Seismic activity seems to have affected the landscape. You'll never get up there with a pipe like this. You'll need to go away for a while and return having changed. Okay, well, liquid that obviously isn't goo. What crazy weather we're having. Watch out for downdrafts. Okay. Then there's sleeping ones down here. These creatures don't just launch goo balls, they also seem to slurp up liquid goo and compress it back into living goo balls. I noticed that on the other level, you know. Okay. So we need to murder them in this, have them slurped up in that, and then get them into this, and then have that one fly up there. And to the exit. But these balloons are sleeping. The wheel doth turn, it spins around, makes an ancient farting sound. That's how we get them there. Okay, we lost 2 balloons. I managed to save 1. Not that we can take them with us, but the extra balloon might be important. But here. Was that all the goo? I mean, there's a little by little crawling. We lost some at the beginning as well, it seems. It's interesting how they crawl uphill. They want to be recompressed into living matter. It is interesting. And also the fact that they become liquid and then they get eaten by babies and everything, but then become living goo balls once again in the future. Like, how long do we want to wait for each and every drip drop of this to get up there, you know? We can at least get one more goo ball out of it, surely. Like, there's 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 more goo balls in there, but time. It'll take forever. Okay, we must circle of life. Get them to the exits. Despite these downdrafts. Get them to the exits. I mean, it's not downdrafts, it's just me moving the balloons. But you know how it is. Yeah, this is on Steam now. World of Goo 2. OCD! We could have waited for more. We could have actually got more. We could have got more. 38 or more? Yeah, we could have got a couple more if we'd have waited. 40 or fewer moves? Yeah, well. 1 minute and 6, that's probably a long level. Yeah, this World of Goo 2, it's out on Steam now if you're interested. You should go check it out. It's a fun and interesting game. Sloppy Walker. Guessing the grey flags mean I've done them. Just, you know, red flag. Okay. But we're going to play through the game because it's fun and interesting. You know, it's got a cute little story and puzzles. And goo. And balls. And tentacle monsters now, apparently. Okay. Is he forever vomiting goo? Or will it run out? What a beautiful animal! This must be one of those responsible new sustainability initiatives. There's lots of goo over there, and almost no goo over here. So this mechanism appears to correct that inequity. What's all this about? He's just a little guy, a little worm. Worm. Okay, balloons are also important for balancing things. And non-used balloons make extra weight. And, you know, balloons don't count to exiting, it seems. So it's good to use them. But don't overuse them, because, uh-oh, there's something up there that can pop our balloons. We don't want that, do we? But then again, there's also doom and destruction below for if we go and reach too far before using. That too is doom and demise that we do not want. So we just need to get the loop over to the other side. Oh yeah. You know, sometimes it's like you have not reached your destination. Reached too far. Too high? Never too high. I do feel like we're going to reach a point where it's going to be a little questionable weight-wise, like that. You lost one. Nope. Caught ya. He was still on his way down there. You know, I can always remove balloons later. We don't have any reset bugs. I just don't like killing them, you know? I like to get as many as you can get, but also, you know, sometimes it's nice to reset. Okay, we could give him extra support there, but we don't need it. Redistribution of balloons also makes a difference. I feel like this is too low, but... because pre-preparing them and then redistributing them leaves them at your use, ready to move forwards. To weigh as you need them. Where you need them. Okay. This is looking a nice sustainable bridge at the moment. at the moment. We're catching some goo in the triangles, which isn't ideal, because that's weighing it down. Sometimes just building is the way to go. Land it! Yes! Okay, we landed it. Now this is a nice and stable bridge, but what we're going to do is we're going to encourage all the goo over. So we're going to wait until all that goes. Is it worth doing that? Maybe that gives us an extra one. I'm sure I didn't just screw myself there. They can all fly over there for now. Off you go towards the exit. Okay, so what we need to do here, now that we've got a stable bridge that touches the other side, is encourage as much of the goo to get over as possible. Now we probably don't, no, because it all drains out. That was probably pointless, wasn't it? Okay. Cthulhu! You don't need all these balloons, do you? 11 to go. Come on. You can get over that. We can get over that. Fine. You know what? I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with it. Okay, landed. We got our little goo boat. That was stupid. Okay, we had a little goo boat that was a perfect island. Stop! You can still save this. He says having piled up too much goo at the end here, I think. I mean, because there's now a weighted thing of goo right here. That might not be plausible. How are you back here? You sit with them. This thing has stopped spitting out goo. He says. Then it starts spitting out goo. We're going to sacrifice You're gonna sacrifice Goo. Though if I wait in the middle. There you go. Spit all this off your tongue. Get all this out of your belly. There you go. Go on. Before it all gets weighed down. All getting weighed down again. Okay. I don't think there's any salvage in it necessarily. I was hoping that we might be able to fly the tongue at the end there and get it to fly high enough to get those extra ones at the top. Because that might actually be the proper way of doing it. Rather than whatever I was trying to do right there. Okay, get all the goo off of your tongue. Because he adds more systematically. Like, this is all clogged up as well. There was still some on that as well, and I could have captured them as well, but you know, greed. Like, we can still capture them. We might as well collect these extra ones. And, you know, we used some extra ones up as well that we could have absolutely captured as well. There's like 20 there that I kind of would have liked. At least collect the extra ones that we can. What if I can just fly the thing over there? Okay, it's getting sucked by the pipe, which is the problem. Because that's preventing us getting it over there. They probably only wake up with goo anyway. You know, liquid goo, rather than the other goos like they used to. 29, 24, yeah. Whatever. Dissolving tower. Well, this is gonna go well. Okay, green ones. This is an extremely difficult area, but it's also optional. I'd turn back if I were you. No, we did green ones before. Like, all you want me to do is climb this with the green ones and not use the other ones. And take the tower apart, but keep it structurally sound as we go. I understand the premise. And these green ones stretch out further as you go. So if I leave them in correct places on the peripheries, like... it's entirely optional, so this one, it could be very, very hard. This whole thing's gonna collapse in on itself if I'm not careful. If I take this one, those ones should compensate. You should be safe, right? We're going to take you, put you there. I didn't want to use it. You know, I'm going to leave him on the floor. Because if we're not weighed down by those ones... and we don't accidentally use them... but if I use them, and then I remove the structures between them, that should bring him back to life, although he died there. Never mind. If it works like it used to. Okay. Get off my thing and don't become a thing. You also get off my thing. And don't become a thing. How hard is it for you to not become a thing? Right, there are two here. Completely optional area. Completely optional. Completely. Okay. Nice, safe structure. The goos can work against you. Definitely. Right, 16 collected. Why do I feel there are not 16 goos even here? There might be exactly 16 goos, which means we definitely can't use the other ones. Right, you sit there. You sit there. Okay, this is the challenge. You, whilst you seem to be nice and structural there, you know, recommend you turn back. It recommends you turn back. Okay. To begin with, let's build upwards. Get a little dice advantage to begin with. Then we can start thinking about that one reaches one side. That just literally stretched to the other side. Okay. We have a height advantage. We're off from the beginning. We've got an extra green one. That goes there. We replace it. Get out of my way. You go up there. You come off and be replaced. So all we need to do is structurally, like, he's kind of in a nice position. Structurally be smart. So that one replaces the bottom one. That one replaces that one. You go there, it's going to be a slow dance. And then you become the new top one. And then this one becomes the new side one. You know, slowly but surely we can climb up there like this. Slowly but surely. That one did just become invisible. Somehow one of them became just a wire. Pick it then. Okay, now we've got the extra one back that accidentally became a wire. Because I didn't want him to become a wire, I wanted to become extra like that. Because we couldn't do it with the loss of that one. Stop. I do need you to be there so that I can replace you later. There you are. Come on, bug. Let me hit you. You need to go up. They just merged again. They just merged again. Wait. So, we want the ultimate structure that lets us take advantage in rebuilds as we go up. Obviously, it's a challenge for a reason. Coconut. Right, we have a nice structure here. That is a perfect shape. We're gonna keep that to our advantage. You go upwards and you go upwards. Okay. As long as we can maintain sensibility in our structure, we can continue to build upwards. The ones that I don't want to touch end up being the problem. Now, I feel like it's so far down that I can drop them to the bottom and get them off out of the way. We got a spare green one. We got a spare green one. Okay. Now we can sensibly think and build. Sensibly. This isn't the most sensibly, I feel. Turns out he was a bit more structural than I thought. What about you? We don't want to accidentally use one that we shouldn't be using. This is not a great structure. Like, you're connected to 5. You're somehow structurally sound and responsible. See what I mean? Okay. Now we can afford to remove that one. And then you, as questionable as it seems, are the one that I had to remove. Right, we must maintain smartness in our structure. Which I haven't been doing. This has to be clever. Okay. That's fine, I can remove this one because that's structurally sound. But if I place him at the end there, as much as that seems like the thing to do, we don't get to continue building upwards. Okay, be careful not to accidentally use it. Because if we make him the singular, you're structurally sound, you're structurally sound. They're all kinds of structurally responsible, which means that I need to actually use you here. Yeah. You? That was intentional, bounce. Okay, 3. If we can get the most connections, we make it so that we can do more things. And continue to climb. Because removing one, they'll stretch outwards, but this one is also the most sensible. Okay, again, sensibility is the way. You're excess. Again, it did say you should just go back. Why are you not disassembling? It said don't try this. This is silly. Don't be stupid. me that it's a challenge that I can surely do. It doesn't want to have 3 connectors. Obviously, he's excess to requirements, right? 3 connectors, which makes you the only one that can be disassembled. We need more opportunities for triple connectors than it's giving me. Which might be a flaw in my engineering. More than anything. That one? It's gonna drop down. Because that's... everything else is structurally required. There it goes. Which means that you... I don't want like that. This isn't great either. Because that doesn't give us an opportunity to really do anything. Like halfway there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we can't use any of these up whatsoever. Unless they do become goo again when you singular them. And we have to have every single one escape the exit, which means that the green one has to be the one connecting it. Because then when we disconnect it, it will turn green and go into the exit. Okay, I can make it into that. The problem is, you need to change. In order to have any structural ability. This is not great. That's not structurally sound enough to hold him on there. Let's just experiment. That's been used. Obviously, we're going to need to do that. This is just mostly an experiment. I mean, the trouble is... Okay. He turns back into a ball. He turns back into a ball. So we can utilize them, which makes this actually a lot easier. I just need to have them green only. Never connect them to another of its own kinds. Only to green ones. Otherwise it will never come back to life. So we can utilize them to climb, and that makes this challenge a lot easier. It does have a big old reset button right there, but I don't think that's telling me that I need to reset. It's just suggesting that I reset because it thinks that I've screwed up. Okay. This is fine. As long as the balls don't connect. I mean, we might as well reset at this point. Okay, so we can use them. Hello, Curly! Hello, hello. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Hopefully you're going good. Any Walking Dead today? Or Dead by Daylight? What have you been up to? Anything interesting? We are making goo towers. But will definitely not collapse. Definitely. So I can utilize these. Just as long as I'm smart about it. As long as I don't let them connect to non-green one. Just chilling. Good to hear. Good to hear. We are playing puzzle games and doing a completely optional area. It said, you don't need to do this. And I said, yeah, I do. I absolutely need to do this optional thing. Peepo happy. Good to hear you're happy. Okay. This is a lot easier if I can use these ones. A lot easier. Literally. Literally. That's so much easier if I get to use these. Because I could have climbed it all with the green ones only, I feel. Could have. It would have been a very difficult challenge, but I feel like it was possible. But I was making life harder for myself, needlessly. Oh. That's fine that they're touching like that. That's fine. As long as I don't use a thing. Okay. That one's really not connected in the best way ever. Like, remotely. Yeah, this is fine. It's not remotely cursed. This tower is fine, I tell you. Structurally sound and not cursed whatsoever. Not remotely cursed. It's going to be fine. It's going to be absolutely fine. The most sensibly built tower known to man. Yeah. There's a lot of goo balls. What are your plans for the rest of the weekend? Anything interesting? Okay, we just need to think a little. And, you know, now that I've got extra balls, I haven't been doing my sensible structure. If I go back to doing my sensible 3-ball structure, nothing can possibly go wrong. Nothing. Yeah. That's fine. Not really, to be honest. Love the rest. Good to have the rest, though, honestly. Good to have the rest. I feel you there. Because I have been, you know, days off, time off, and then it's like, oh, where's all the time gone? It's 10 days of my time off work. But good to have the rest, honestly. You know, not be overworking. It's just good to have the rest. This is going to not work out so well. Right, we connect that. We disconnect this one and then we start again. Okay. Little bit of sensibleness. The King's Day! Happy King's Day. I have no idea what that involves. But happy King's Day. Hopefully you're having good King's Day celebrations. Whatever they involve. What do they involve? What do you have to do for King's Day? Anything interesting? This is not a good structure. This is going to collapse. I said it was going to collapse, but I knew that it was going to collapse, and we worked around it. Okay, this is fine though. It's absolutely fine. Right, we rebuild better and stronger. That one can go there. That's not a great strengthening structure, though. The trouble is, every time I've tried to fix the jankiness that I've built into this structure, it... it resists. About King's Day. National holiday celebrates King Willem Alexander's birthday. Lots of music, dance, and flea markets and fun fair festivals. Traditionally celebrate the holiday while dressed in orange. Okay. Happy Orange King's Day. Good to know that there's a dress code. I am not dressed in orange, unfortunately, so I cannot partake. So I apologise for not being in the appropriate orange attire. Hopefully that is... you know, how was I to know that we were supposed to wear orange today? How was I to know? Do you eat oranges as well? Doesn't suit you, so it's okay. No worries. I'm guessing you two are not dressed in orange then. Yeah, orange doesn't suit a lot of people, it seems. A lot of people don't like orange clothes. I don't know why. Like, they're bright and colourful. So, I would assume that they would be kind of nice to some people, but a lot of people think that orange is not for them. We connected two normal walls, that's a problem. We accidentally connected two normal ones. We can't complete the level like that. Such an ugly colour. I mean, it just is a bright colour. I'm not against orange, don't get me wrong. But I know that a lot of people say it doesn't suit them. Right. We accidentally connected something we weren't meant to there, and that caused us to not be able to beat the level. So we have to be extra diligent not to connect ones that don't connect. They will permanently connect, and we can't complete the level if we do that. But if we're diligent, we can make this structure work. Just make sure that we don't connect ones that we're not meant to connect. Right. One that can go there. Then this shouldn't be that hard, honestly. It should not be that hard. With all these extra goos that we can get from this. It shouldn't be that hard. We just need to be careful. I mean, I'm not against it. I don't mind orange as a colour. I don't mind it. I can see why people don't like it, but for me, you know, I'm not completely against it. It's fine. He says. The structure can survive. Structure can survive this. It will survive this. I mean, it can survive it. It's not necessarily going to, but it could. Come on, let me get the time bug. I feel like I need two of them. That might be a little more sensible. One more time bug. Okay, this is the point where we need to go back to. Love plants and flowers. You bought yourself some plants. Nice. Makes everything so much better. It's like putting sparkles in the room. Nice. What plants did you get? Hopefully they're good ones. But yeah, I know a lot of people that do like their flowers as well. The flowers are nice. It's not a good place to put any of the goo. Because anywhere that I put the goo, it stops other goo. This is fine. Breaks it. We can do this! As cursed and broken as this structure is. That one was not the move. We can do this. Roses, nice. Everyone loves roses. Everyone loves roses. I don't want to make a permanent connection. This one? So, you know, this is an optional challenge area. Completely optional. %. Have you seen any of the other color roses as well? Like, some people get different color roses as well. Like, not just the red ones. Okay. We will start off by building a line as high as we can go in one direction. Okay, that's as high as we're probably going to get before it starts to become a problem. I'm going to start connecting these. That's fine. Can sit like that. Then I'm going to sit that one at the bottom and take that one away. Because I need the green one. Okay. This cursed structure will make sense. It will. It will make it work. One way or another. Okay. We haven't connected any that we're not meant to. We've got a nice enough structure. That is sort of structural. And because it's sort of structural, I didn't want to use another one, but I had to. I had to take a different one. Okay, you can sit there. That we can take. And then we can use that up here. And then I can start disassembling it from below. Actually searching for a flower, but not sure where to buy that one. Maybe on market or something. What sort of flower is it? Do you know what it's called? The lunar tear! Because I don't think you can get a lunar tear. I don't think they exist in reality. But I know what you feel when you want to find a flower that you really like, but you can't find it. And you don't know what it is. Turns out that one was a little more structural than I thought it was. This guy should be fine, though. You know, these elasticy glue balls suddenly make this a challenge. It certainly make life a challenge. And I can't just directly take those ones. Because that would make life too easy, wouldn't it? Let you look it up, go for it. But if I rebuild the structure a little, if I take that, it doesn't collapse. But it does make the middle weaker. That does invalidate him. Okay. Now hear me out. There's no doubt hear me out in this. There is no now hear me out. Wait, there's a green one under that one. Wait, he's just normal. There is no saving it with the now hear me out. Okay, that sort of rebuilds the structure a little. Hibiscus flower, aha. People also like drinking hibiscus, don't they? Don't know what the flower looks like myself, but sure it's pretty. There's one type of flower that's not really a flower, it's like a weird type of leaf plant that was cool. But I bought seeds for it and they just don't germinate. It's hard to get to work. I just ate my thing. Because it said, look, there's 3 things here, and then it turned into just a 1. Completely optional. Completely optional, this. That is not the way. That. God. That is weirdly strong. It should be weirdly strong. That just ate my thing again. I can't have it eat any of them because if it eats any of them, it loses them. Such a beautiful flower. I'll have to look it up. I couldn't tell you what it looks like off the top of my head. But, you know, I assumed it's going to be pretty because you wanted it. Assumed it had to be a nice one. This tower is not looking so good. My tower, it don't look so good. You know? Think it's got some problems. I don't want to use one that turns into a 3. I think that's what also is becoming the issue, because, like, I could get strength out of doing it that way, but definitely not going to make it functional. We're probably spending too long on this optional struggle. I feel like I just lost a Goo there as well. Yeah, I definitely feel like they're popping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I think we lost one. Whatever. We've tried this hard enough. 16 or more balls. Yeah, we know the challenges. Let's go back to this optional one. We'll just do the proper way. We'll come back to that another day. The red one is the best. Aha. I will look up a red hibiscus after stream. Is it the planet of the apes? This rock formation Looks like a man mopping the skyline. Gleaming floors extend infinitely towards the horizon. He's just doing the dusting. He's not mopping the sky. As the moon rose over the last of the hills, one of the goo balls seemed to wonder if anyone would remember they were here. It wrote its name in the sand just to be sure. There's something in there. Okay. I'm painting these signs, but I'm not the sign painter. The sign painter is gone. Okay. So we need to reach over here. I don't think these ones collect goo. And these are all asleep. Okay. Now we need to make a tower that will collapse. But designed to. But not entirely into the abyss. I want it to collapse. I feel like that did nothing. Okay. Structurally sound. Okay, now we can afford to use some more in a structurally sound way to reinforce. Because otherwise this whole thing's going to collapse in on itself. Which it probably is going to anyway. Come on. That was literally telling me it was something else. Then it changed and did something different to it was telling me. I was like, yeah, that's structurally sound. I want that. And then it went, nope, you don't get that. The jankiest tower known to man. Fine. Okay, if they go over there, it might give me a chance to build, he says. Come back here, reset bug. What's going on with this bit as well? Like, what is that? What even is that? Come on, I want the joiner. I want the... There we go, that one. The strengthener. And there it goes. No reset bugs. God damn it. Game isn't easy. This game is not easy. Okay, we need to think a bit more sensibly. Okay, so I'm gonna actually just build out sideways rather than accounting for it collapsing. Because whilst trying to make it collapse across the bridge is a thing, I don't think it's the thing we want to do right now. What we want to do is make sure that it's structurally sound and not going to collapse in on itself. It seems like that was a little harder than the previous game. Like, I feel like it's a little less forgiving. don't. That's just going to collapse in on itself. And we need strength. Strength above all. I feel like I need one more here as well. As bad as it seems. Just to make sure that it's strong. Okay. That strengthening one is important. We still need more. God damn it. Okay, I think I've missed my opportunity to have it way out there, but this is fine. He says. Okay, this one might survive. Now, I don't want to make a strengthener there, though. This is all of the goo. But I would like a strengthener here. Like, it very briefly becomes a strengthener. I don't think we're going to get the opportunity. Come on. Strengthener. Yes, strengthener. Perfect. Okay, we're over. It used all of the goo, but we're over. Where do you think you're going to look? On eBay or something for the hibiscus? Come on. Okay, perfect. We got some over. Like, all I need is to... You just need to put one in as a straw. That might have been a smart counterbalance. Was that not a straw one? Okay. So I need to put a straw along the outsides. Completely along the outsides. Are you a straw one? So I need this to wake up more of these. I need all of them awake. So hopefully... There we go. And now I need to make a straw completely run along the outsides to get to these. I cannot see because of the sun. Could we not? That's fine. I won't throw them then. You know, undo. That stretches better. Right, I'm going to connect this. We're going to go this way round. This way round seems more sensible. They're going to need to connect to it anyway. So we might as well do it the smart way. And hopefully the bridge won't collapse under the weight of all the straw monsters. Okay. Hey, we got plenty of straw goo. Right. Now we're sucking it all up. Where are you going? What are you doing? I guess it doesn't matter, it just creates extra goo. Calculate it. You two. No escape. God damn it. That used him up. Whatever. Okay, we got plenty of goo. Now, surely the whole bridge doesn't collapse under the weight. And now we need to build upwards. Without it collapsing. To the exit. These ones are light and empty, though. That's actually sensible. I feel like I missed an opportunity for more goo, though, because I sent them to the exit too early. We could have built the straw deeper and lower. It's fine. We could have got some more. We could have got plenty more. But I rushed in. So they're light. They don't collapse under the weight as easily. We need 50. Actually, we might not even have enough. 41, 42. Surely it won't be 49, 48. There's still goo coming, though. 49. Surely we get 50. Surely we've got enough for exactly. Come on, one more. Just one more. There's still a bit coming. There's all this that's trapped in here as well. Why don't the straws get that? Come on, one more goo. $49. 20. No. Further back in time. Yes, okay. Right, suck up everything before I send them all to the exits. Then we can build to the exit. Because that's now going to suck up all of the goo. You know, it helps if you think ahead a little bit, doesn't it? Surely that's going to suck up all the goo and not going to leave any at the bottom. It's going to get enough for the 50, because it's extra deep in there. You know, even if it's one more ball used. Yeah. Missed a bit, though. But it's fine. We got enough this time. We got enough. Now, do we wait for the extra couple of balls that are going to come through? Of course. Why wouldn't you? It's obviously not going to be OCD getting all the goo that we could possibly get. But we might as well see what we can get. It still seems like it's generating some, even though... Yeah, that's slowly getting there. Slowly but surely. Not that it's going to be worth waiting for, but... you know. At least one more ball. At least one more. Because it's probably not going to generate another after this one more ball. But one more we can get. Then it's not worth waiting after that. But one more. Come on. You can get one more ball. I believe in the one more. Come on, don't make me wait forever. No more. Come on, one more ball. Last little bit. It didn't give us one more. Nope. No more balls. Oh well. We got 55 though. That's the least completing it. Now, how many do you think it needs? 100? 77, so there are 22 extra balls we could have got there. That's crazy. Lucy Road. Angler. Fisherman. Tentacle monsters. Sounds like we're having a party. I think I'll pop some flowers myself. Pick some flowers. Some hibiscus flowers, some roses. Are we celebrating how great you're doing? Probably not. Are we celebrating World of Goo organisation meeting its quarterly growth targets? Probably. Are we celebrating how sustainable and responsible we're given the appearance of becoming? Given the appearance of becoming. Not actually became. Just, you know, looking like we're being sustainable. Whatever it is. As the last of the goo balls dangled high over the ocean, I sensed there was something down there. Something enormous. I wonder what would happen if you were to lower that hook down a little closer. Enjoy the party. It looked like there was a Cthulhu. I wonder what could happen if we fish Cthulhu up out of the sea. Oh, there's extra little guys. Now, we can't just snap the chain. We need to fish out whatever we're fishing. So we need to make sure that we connect them. And lower the hook. Okay, that lowered the hook significantly. Stop. Lights, please. What would happen if we lower the hook? Fish up Cthulhu. What could possibly go wrong if we fished up Cthulhu? Nothing, right? I'm sure nothing could go wrong if we just fish up Cthulhu and lengthen our fishing rods. Gotta be careful not to break the chain though. You need to fish up Cthulhu. Not trying to just, you know, break the chain. Sounds like a whale. Having a whale of a time down there. I'm probably being too careful with my lengthening, you know. How's our chain doing? He's almost there. He's almost there. That's safe to take. Okay, we got him. A distant observer. We didn't even fish him up. It just cheered. Okay, here we go. Just lend him a hand. Nothing could possibly go wrong. As he pulls the island onto the sea. Oh! The whole island was a little guy that breathes fire. And burns the world, or the whole universe even, it seems. This is fine. 100,000 years later, 100,000 light years away, space is involved. The little Inferno kid looks out his window and sees the universe on fire.
Observer looked as far as the telescope could see. Very, very far away.
Very far away.
And for just a moment. A tiny speck in the distance glowed a little bit brighter.
End of chapter 1. So we're probably going to be traveling through space then. A tower opens in the east. Distant signal. Chapter 5. Okay, that's chapter 5. So there's no just build yourself tower section then. Because there used to be an extra one that was like build your own stuff. But I guess not in this one. Oh. The Goos listening out in space themselves. Distant signal. But it was 100,000 years later. And a distant world away. Why are we on a rocket ship on the Tomorrow Corporation? Jelly School. Okay. What a viscous creature! I saw one of those once before, when I was just a kid. Poked him with a stick. Is it alive? It's got eyeballs. He looks very much alive. He's probably going to get impaled and become tiny goo. Or just liquids. Yeah, he's going to become liquids. He's just a little guy, though. Just a little guy. Who unfortunately is dead. Oh, he's got one eyeball left alive. He's fine. Now, if I unleash this, he's going to go down there. I take the green guy with me. Okay, I mean, they are straw. If they die on this, he's still gonna feed this, so it's fine. It's just, do I want to kill the straw ones? That is the question. No, I don't want to kill the straw ones. As much as that seems like it might work, that is not the way. But there's always other ways. But that would have been a quicker shortcut. Okay, so I want to send that over there so that when they connect. Straw connected. With the green guy, though. That's not the straw. God damn it. If I got a reset bug, give me the green guy back. Green guy, you can sit over here. Now, if I'd have been sensible, I could use the green guy now, and then chopped an extra one off after. You can sit on the exit. You can sit on the exit. You get extra balls. Needlessly. Are there any more hidden balls that we missed? No, but I can ensure that this won't be lost. What happened to the other balloon that I had? Up here. We make sure that when I separate this guy, that still connects, and then we get an extra ball. 46. Come on, are there any more hiding around here? I do feel like I wasted a spare one there because that sort of collapsed, but you know, we could have done better. We could have. 46 is pretty good. 54? Okay, 54 is a lot. I could probably make the things at the top, the extra goo balls, turn to liquids and, you know, slice them up and get them back. Jelly's Jingly Journey. Didn't want to faff about too much, you know? This pipe has some sort of filter attached. Seems to indicate it will accept only freshly squeezed goo balls. Freshly squeezed? To get those, someone would have to pulverize something. Something big, plump, and juicy. Delicious. There's a lot of sleeping ones. Yow! It's a long way down. Those sharp rocks and sharks down there. But the goo balls seem to be looking up. Up, up, up. Adverts. What's up there anyway? So we don't want to fall down to the sharks and death. What's up there anyway? Right, so I need to not kill that. I need to dangle these guys down here. Like, will you guys not wake up if I just connect you to that? No. So I do specifically need to wake them up with liquid goo. But it's fine. For miles around, people reported bridges of goo suspended across dangerous ravines. 15 years nobody had seen Goo Ball, and now they're back. Where have they been? What are they building towards? There's something about this island. There's something about this world. I think we're about to find out. That was not what I wanted to take. I wanted to take one of the ones that were moving. So because we've got reusable ones, it can be a little sensible and a little careless at the same time. He's going to roll on this at any moment. Which is fine. I mean, that might be safe enough now. Maybe. Him to roll. Hey, he did stop there, which is nice. Okay. So, we need to chop him up, whilst also... Fine. Whilst also dangling down to catch that. Shortcuts. Off you go. No. Stop. There we go. Okay, we've landed on the other side. Now I just shore up my bridge a little. By little, I mean a lot. And we can take that go apart. You can also leave. This probably wasn't the most sensible way of doing it. For a fact. But it was a quicker way. You let me get the one that I want to get. I want this one. Thank you. He's gonna start making his questionable way across. I'm gonna need to build down here as well. One spare, just to make sure. And that's a lot spare. He's going to be fine on his way across. He's going to be absolutely fine. He says. It's fine. There you go. Just a little guy. Yeah, he's gonna get minced, which is sad. But he's gonna get reborn. Now, if I wasn't stupid, I'd have left my top bridge, because now we need to climb up. And, you know, that's a lot easier when you already have your bridge up there. And then you just need to connect to that thing rather than build a whole new bridge. And now we need to build a whole new bridge up there. So I literally made life harder for myself for no reason. Because they were nice and secure and holding on to the edge. They were in the perfect position, you might say. He's connected. He's holding on firmly. Which I don't know why they weren't doing that in that other crevasse. Like, they were not gluing. Whereas these are. These are behaving. These ones are behaving nicely. Okay, we're going to... Is it something to do with whether there's, like, liquidy bits like that? Okay, we're going to get them all up here and make sure that we've got a nice area up here before I collapse this entire bridge. Because I have a bad feeling that these guys are gonna die. Right, make sure that everything's secure up there and then take sensible precautions to disassemble. Sensibly. Not that we need all of the goo, but, you know, it's nice to have as many as we can save. That's part of the fun. Part of the challenge. There is some extra liquid goo there. I did see that we trapped a bit. Unfortunately, that didn't get to become an extra goo ball, and there's even more. And there goes an extra one. Never mind. It's because they're all crawling around down here where they shouldn't be. They should be all crawling up here, not where I'm disassembling. Of course you're going to fall off if you do that. Okay. And up we begin. With our weird, questionable tower. Yes, connects to that. Perfect. Okay, so we need to get up there, but if we counterweight, then we can build anew and not collapse. And hopefully not lose any more. That did use up one of the balls, and there goes another just falling into the abyss. But it's fine. I don't mind losing the odd one. Okay, so here's where we want to have it fall towards the thing. As long as it falls towards it in the way that we want. This is fine. Don't question my weird tower. It's having a party. It's a very unusual design, but it works. Okay. It works. Opium. All we need is 2 green ones. Two green ones. Oh yeah, but we can't take green ones in there because it was only recycled goo that it's accepted. So the fact that I was saving all these green ones was for nothing. But here's what I meant about the extra. But if I can just get these annoying guys out of the way. And now we've got 2 there. And then you just pile them all onto that guy. And under normal circumstances, they would be leaving with the guys up there. And that's how you get extra goos when you've got green ones. You just leave the 2 like that, and then they all leave. But obviously, you know, this level doesn't let them leave, so they're just gonna... What if I mince you? Okay, green one does not become recycled goo. And then when they're all said and done, you just get rid of the last one, which is impossible now that I've piled them all on there for show. And then that one goes in, and then you try and throw the last one in there at the same time. That's how you get the extra. $169, nice. I did do a lot of pointless moves at the end there, just because I was faffing about. We lost at least 5 down the abyss. We could have got the OCD. Because I was not focused on saving the specific goo that we needed. Why it zoomed into space, I don't know. Growing up. Bum bum. Bum bum. Pink goo. A new species of goo ball. They have the faint aroma of glass. Wolf. Cthulhu. Disgusting. If you think they're horrible now, just wait until you get them wet. That's what she says. Okay, so they're going to become Cthulhu when we get them wet. Goo! A lot of goo. Definitely a lot of goo. Hello, Nafora. How are you? How was the rest of your stream? Hopefully it went well. Goo and Cthulhu. There's Cthulhu goo now. Cthulhu goo and various goo balls. So what's going to happen with the Cthulhu goo balls? Oh, the tower rises. I see. That's what happens when they get wet. They get bigger, huh? I see. And the tower just rises itself. And I thought you were the one playing the questionable game. With the very questionable things, but it seems that Cthulhu Goo Tower has decided to make an appearance. Is that as tall as it's gonna get? Come on, it can surely grow bigger. Surely it can get bigger still. It's almost there. I don't want to use one extra goo ball, although they're a green ball. I can use the green ball. Because I can take the green ball away and have it suck up as well. Or not. What? What if I weigh the tower down a bit? Okay, I guess you can't do that anymore. You used to be able to do that in the first one and, like, have it suck up like that. There's got to be a way of doing it because it's not at the OCD rank yet. I think the tower's slowly but surely growing. And then hopefully you had a good stream. How long am I going to wait to make Cthulhu Goo? How long? I can't recover them balls either. Are there no hidden balls anywhere? I can't just throw it into the exit either. We're gonna be leaving then. 9 is obviously 10, and 6 moves. Oh no, but we had OCD. 3 or fewer moves. I could have done that. If I hadn't wasted all those extra moves trying to get that extra ball in, you would have had that. Bridge to grow where? Or transmission lines? Boom, boom. Lots of goo. That one's a very active goo. And we want to send him over here to be minced. Antennas and satellite dishes across the islands are pointed up toward the sky. What are they listening for? If you're really quiet, you hear something? There's something out there. Oh. There's a strong wind blowing. Something must be coming. That's the exit. Okay, there's a thing. And that's just the antennas. Okay, let's send he on his way. That's death. Let's not send he to his death. Right. Okay, these are the ones that just connect one onto the end. Right, got it. They didn't reintroduce this mechanic. It's fine, we can just get him over there. Slowly but surely. We'll send him on his way once we connect them all. That long enough bridge? I don't know if it's a long enough bridge. It might be. Right, you can start moving forward, dude. Come on, big guy. Forward. Okay, it might be because I've sent this too high. He's obviously not going to be able to walk forwards on that. But not sending him into the abyss is also helpful. Okay, here, heavy guy. But we can support he. Don't send him backwards. Okay, because we don't want to send him off into the abyss either. Right. Forwards. A bit more. Balloons. Need him to go forwards. We popped his eye. This is fine. This is fine. He didn't need that eye. There he goes. Hey, get back here, you bug. Oh, there he goes. Okay. So it turns out that might be too much. Okay, I need to keep enough to have him go forward, but not fly off the abyss. Just, you know, inch your way forward a little bit. There we go. Be supportive of he. You're a little trepidatious. Okay. Forwards. And forwards a little. There we go. Forwards a little. He's still supported. Just gonna send him backwards. Now if I put one a little closer to him. Rather than 8 years in the sky, we might be able to make some forward progress. Carefully. No. Forward. There you go. Without flying into the abyss. Keep him going forwards. He doesn't need to see. He just needs to go forwards. It's fine. He can be a mess. A messy goo. You know, that might make life easier, actually. He's not intact anymore, but that just makes my life easier. Because now he's not a one big mass. Now he's a lot of mass. Could you go forwards, though? There you go. Separate a little bit, Goo. Separate a little bit and continue forwards. Yes. Forwards. We'll come back for this bit. We'll come back for that bit later. We just need him to get to the other side. Why did the goo to go to the other side? I don't know. Not a chicken. That's gonna go horribly wrong. Somehow this goo will make it to the other side. Somehow. Yes, forwards. There we go, forwards. Ever so slightly at a time. I feel like it might make it. Like that's probably fine. It'll make that jump, right? We lost a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. surely. Not there, in the middle. There we go. Just enough. You know what? We almost lost a lot of that. But I managed to save it. We lost a balloon there. Now the problem is there's all this group, which I don't think is ever going to make it. 20 collected. But now we need to get all of this over there as well. It's fine. Opium. It running. It eager to get over there. We can do this. We can goo this. On you at a time. That balloon didn't seem to be doing a lot. Okay, let's go goo. I mean, look. This is so many more than we needed. So many more than I needed to use. Because it's over there. Look at it. It's over there. You just get that last bit up. So many more than I needed to. But get this goop out of this problem that it's got itself into. How do I fix this? It's stuck to the floor. I think it's actually permanently stuck to the floor now. Which is annoying. Because, you know, whilst it makes sense, it would help into some circumstances. I've also caused a problem now that we can't fly it to the sky. That is another problem that we've just made. I could have just flown it straight to the exit there. But now that I got greedy, I might have made it impossible. I might have made it harder, needlessly. We could have literally just flown what we had there. We probably got no extra for that goop because it got stuck. And thus we've wasted like 8 more goo. Come on, lift that. It's stuck to itself. That's the problem. You don't need it sticking to itself. No, why are you floating that way? I needed to float this way. Okay, that one floats in. The trouble is, I think I need to start it floating from over here because of the winds. So we're going to use as many undos as we can do. Are there any more undos? There are no more undos. Okay, so I need to sort of start it from over here. I also need the balloons. But that tower was abandoned because it's never getting there. I didn't account for the winds. Connect. We're having some issues, you know, just a couple. But at least, well, I didn't realise soon enough, did I? But at least now we know for the future. Winds. Let me get the balloon. Account for wind shear. This is surely going to make it, right? The wind's not going to screw us. It's looking concerning. As it floats off down the wind. Come on. Oh no. You know, I might be able to save it with balloons. Actually. I could have probably saved that other tower with balloons as well. I put more balloons on this side, yeah, like literally. I could have saved it. Never mind. He, in fact, could not save it. There were only 10. 11, 10. God damn it. We used too many. Right, we'll just start over. Not screw it up this time. Wait, so we need to get him over there. Which might just be that I just take it over without the balloons. Or without him on it. So I might just be able to weigh it down with the weight of these. You know, that's fine if you accidentally drop one into the abyss. As long as it's just one. We can still save this. I don't need that balloon anyway. I don't need it. And we've made it across, he says. We have made it across. I just need to remove the correct balloon. Come on. That one. That was there. There we go. We made it. Connection. Glues. Goo glues. Now we just send T. Now we just send T. He running. He eager. He knows. He's ready. We may have lost some balloons and some other stuff. But this Goo knows he's ready to go. And we're not going to lose any down into the abyss from it being missed shots. He's very eager to go. He lost a little bit there, but he was very eager to go. Okay. Now all we need to do is put the balloons in the right place, sensibly. And leave some where they're going to be useful to keep it weighed correctly and not be stupid. That's all I needed to do. There we go. Job done. Easier. Quicker. What happened here? They were all exiting. What happens? OCD! We got an extra one above OCD as well. We had an extra above OCD. 35. 2 minutes 10. 44 moves. We had 35 out of 34 balls. We got extra. Okay. Extraction team. It's a climbing one. Far away in a distant gaseous bog, a new species of goo ball appeared. They look similar to those vile pink grow balls. Good thing you can't smell them from all the way over here. Nobody knows what happens when you get them wet. With any luck, nobody ever will. Okay, so it wants me to build them down. And reach to suck up everything and see what happens. Nobody will ever know what happens when you get them wet after midnight. Don't feed them after midnight, because then they go very wrong. But get them wet! That apparently isn't so bad. That just, you know, it's not as bad as feeding them after midnight. Because you gotta feed them, just not after midnight. These don't seem to be doing too bad, but what happens if I get them wet? They suck and contract. What are we dragging out of the sea? Just these guys? This is fine. We might want to build towards the exit before they completely contract, though. Otherwise, we'll probably never make it. They've completely contracted. They're still holding on. Hold on. That's nothing. Careful. Right, so I don't want to build outwards with them. Right, build outwards from here. Anything else down here? So these ones are the opposite of the pink growers. They are shrinkers. I feel like we should be utilizing that in some way. This guy hasn't had a drink, and he's not connected to any that have had a drink. So he shouldn't grow. Extra. Collect as many as we can. Well, if I'd have been a bit more sensible with that, I could have got more. But I didn't delete them sensibly. 14. 20. I could have got the 6. Yeah, we could have done that. We had more than 6 there. Impale Shrinky. The entire island is hovering here, high above the globe. Like someone ripped it out of the ground. But why? Do we get better reception way up here? Hello? Hello, world. My voice is drowned out by the sounds of propellers. Okay, we got straw drinkers. We've got death. There's something else down in this direction. And that big gelatinous creature will have to lead the way. We've got a Cthulhu. We've got shrinkers. So we'll get the liquid straws up to here without mincing it. That'll drink. That'll spit. But we don't get to see what's here until the gelatinous creature leads the way. Okay. The first thing we need to do is connect the straws. If we don't connect the straws, there's no liquid for the guy to drink. We need to drink deeply. It feels like a waste, but surely it'll pay off in extra goo. Okay, we're drinking deeply. And then we're going to climb around. I feel like I need a support. Without mincing them. Losing not only the goo, but all of the slurp juice that they've got. They are unstable, these guys. Yes! Connected to the land and avoided the death. Okay. So then we just get them to the other straws. Come on, you can connect between the 2 sippy straws. Surely. Okay, we're in. That's gonna lead the way with the big guy. Just on yourself for now. Okay. Growers. There's a strong breeze here. Anyone who lifts off probably won't be back. Okay, so we're going to lift them onto the balloon and then they're going to go up there and exit. But we don't want to lift them off until we've got everything we possibly can. But we want to mince the big guy. Right. Spit on he. He isn't actually spitting yet because we haven't connected the straws to him because these aren't straws. So I need to collect the straw monsters to him so that he spits. And that's going to grow. Everyone over there. Over there. Why did one of them connect here? What happens? Did he not throw? It's so hard for you to fly over there rather than connect. Is that all of the connectors? Okay, so he's going to get minced. No, not you guys. I feel like I lost some of them to the mincing. I feel like I lost some of them to the mincing. Why is he away? Maybe he didn't get minced. Maybe one of them survived the mincing. Maybe one of them survived. Okay, straw people. Everyone's going to sit on here because we're not building anything. We're just going to fly you to the exit. You know, when you try not to place them and then it places them. Makes it harder. Not that we're min-maxing or anything. Is that all the stuff? Okay. I'm sure the structure will still fly. He says, as he might have glued it to the ground. Give me the balloon. Give me the balloon. Give me the balloon. Okay, we didn't glue it to the ground. But we do need to make sure that the castles in the sky get reached. Now that's a problem, because now it's too heavy to fly. Floats upward slowly. Now it's connected by the two. This is the stupidest way of doing this, because you can just fly it, clearly. But now it's connected to the floor and it won't fly. Use the time bug. Damn time bug that won't let you click it. Right, this is actually screwed. Actually. Right, connect to the ground. You can make it. Come on. Time bug. I hate that there's not like an abundance of time bugs. It's just like one floating around that's harder to catch. The first game, there were so many of them, and it said, like, this is how many time bugs you have. You know how many you've got left, and they are easier to click. Whereas these don't want to be clicked. That's as many moves as we can go back. Which makes it harder. needlessly. You know, quality of life, make the time bugs work the way they did in the first one. Okay, suck up all the goo. Reinforce. Build around. This is fine, he says. You know what? Time bug. Okay, that's better. It seems like it uses more, but it's fine. They get contracted. Big guy leading the way. He will lead the way. Keep spitting. We will not waste any of these. And we will not accidentally build with them in silly places that stops the thing flying either. In fact, like if I just get them to the exit and it attaches to the exit, I can bring all of the extra bugs afterwards. I can bring them afterwards. There is a spare guy on here. I can bring them afterwards. Right, you spare guy, don't build. Okay, perfect. You over here. That everyone looks like it. Okay. We'll wait for all of that goo to be minced. I mean, I can't resist bringing the extra goos. I'll drop them from a greater height so that they don't attach stupidly. And I don't want them to. There should be an easier way of stealing all the extra goo that you want to steal. There should be. There isn't. You know, like a button to hold down for... I definitely don't want to attach this. I'm just moving them. That would be the useful button. And maybe a button that you can hold to be like, I don't want to select a loose one. I want to select one that is attached. This should exit. Yes. Okay, the one that I popped is probably one short of OCD, isn't it? We were probably there. $46? Okay. 37 moves? We could have done that without all that extra faffing that I did. We were at 37. Goo. Put goo on your eyelashes. Take selfies with the goo. You run out of battery. You run out of signal. The space aliens are interrupting your cell phones, apparently. On the Tomorrow Corporation planet, of course. Bridge to grow where? Aha! A not suspicious shape to grow a bridge. With growing goo. A small plaque reads, Island Ordinance 3927. Alternative interpretation of the grow ball's natural behavior is neither intended nor should be inferred. Giggling is strictly prohibited. So the joke that I made is a joke that they have made deliberately. But you're not allowed to infer any sort of... Could I grab that? Thank you. Any sort of similarity between how they might be perceived. If I make them drink, they're going to become heavier, I think. Okay. What we want is to drink the drink whilst also connecting to that guy. I think connecting is maybe the first priority. Come on, you can reach. The annoying thing is it didn't connect to the one that I wanted it to. Okay, then it connects in the way that I wanted it to begin with. It is actually drinking, so I don't even need to interrupt that. That is doing its job. Probably poorly, but it is doing its job. You know, any relation to this thing growing is intended. Very much. What I should do is raise he now with balloons. The suspicious tower has done its job. And, you know, any inference to what it is not to be questioned. He is getting eaten. Okay, we need to get up there. Everyone onto the floating, liberating thing. If we all collect onto this, I could just fly that to the exit. There's the chances of them all staying on that rather than anything else are pretty slim. But if they would, I could then separate the green one and get them all to fly to the exit. Okay, that no longer needs to do anything because we're not getting extra glue out of that because of the tower. Okay, we have so many balloons. So many balloons. The thing is, like, this is fine. Actually, what I could just do is launch the suspicious tower skywards. I may have just wasted a few of these. Because the non-questionable tower... You let me get the green one. Hi. There they went. What's going on with the questionable tower? We do not question the questionable tower. It's behaving very unusually. We shall not question it. If I lift it from this side... It will help get them to the exit. The suspicious questionable tower. Okay, we got 31. Sorry for anyone that has adverts, I apologise. They happen once an hour. The very suspicious questionable tower. Nothing suspicious with that. Don't question it. We could have probably got 38. 27 moves. It was entirely plausible. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, there are two paths. The Leaning Tower and the Jelly Sacrifice Machine. I feel like, so that we just have one path left, I'm going to do the Jelly Sacrifice Machine, and then that'll close off that other path. It's probably going to be a hard level. And then we'll call it a day, and we'll be back at this next week. Okay, so that's going to push that guy up into that. Looks like these pungent little grow balls have made a friend. It's really important to lift our friends up. Very important. But don't mince them. But, you know, lift them up. Support them. There's a pipe up there. I press my ear against the warm opening. I can hear gurgling. Shh. Let's not wake it up. There's no way to know what might come out of it. Okay, there's a gurgling pipe. There's a very small text printed on a filter attached to this pipe. It says, wash thoroughly before use. I suppose that's good advice. Oh, it also says, accepts freshly squeezed goo balls only. Everyone's so picky these days. Okay, so that's going to wash them off. So we need freshly squeezed and then washed. Goo. I have straws. Okay, I guess that we need to connect the tap. The tap will turn on. Then that'll lift up. And then we can do. Okay. Support on the wall. Touch the wall and stick to it. Come on. You not want to stick to the wall? You know you want to stick to the wall. You know you want to stick to the wall. There we go. Glued to the wall. Perfect. Wake it up. Drink. And everything's nice and fine and nothing's going to die. And then we can think about reaching to the exit. Hopefully they drank enough. Because that yanked it off the wall. Okay, we stuck it to the wall again. I knew that was gonna die. Okay, stick to the ceiling. Or not. Stick to the ceiling. There we go. Ceiling. Water. Is there actually no more water? Hopefully this is going to grow enough. If there's no more water. You looking up? Can I not attach to these either? Not underneath these, so I can't force he up. What's the problem? He's getting slightly minced. Like, he's getting a shave. Slowly. Why no more liquids? Why make life hard? Just because I touched the exit, you cut the water off. That seems stupid. Like, yeah, you've made it. No, I was planning ahead. Come on. I guess he... No, he's not self-sustainable. I was going to say, he might feed the water back in. He obviously isn't. 15. Okay, he's starting to fall apart. Not as well as I'd like. Like, encourage him up either. Oh, hang on. Okay, we sucked his eyeball. We became one with his eyeball. We can glitch him about a bit. Sacrifice them to glitch it. Because they can't even exit anyway. Let's glitch him up. There's no more drink. Glitch him up. Just a little bit more. Up you go. Nope. How many we got? 14! One more, come on. That's actually dumb that it did that. It's like, nah, you touched the exit, no more water. Why would you ever plan ahead? So, you know, patch notes. I found that bug. Not a nice bug. Not a time reset bug. That's I was like that to not be how that works bug. This is gonna be a little problematic. We're just gonna touch the ground and drink everything. There we go. Because there's excesses of them, I might as well. And then we're just going to wait for it to feed him all the way up before I even try to go to the exit. Even though I could be saving time and building over. Because if I touch the exit too early, he doesn't finish being minced. He's minced. He's all minced. He sounds like balloons. There he goes. That was kind of dumb. Kind of dumb. Right, no more. Easy 15. Look, when it lets you have all the liquids, it's a lot easier. 26 balls, 27 moves. 2 seconds too late. It's unfortunate. 2 extra seconds. We could have done the time. We could have done the time. Okay. Oh, they connect to a different thing. Okay, so maybe we had to do them anyway. And then probably need to do that, and then it can continue. But that's what I'm going to call it a day for today. We'll continue this next week. Thank you to anyone that might have been watching and lurking. Thank you to Navora and Curly who were here earlier, and anyone else that might have been watching and lurking. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, whatever you're up to, and a lovely rest of your weekend. Curly is actually streaming. There's a game that I don't really want to spoil, but we'll raid Curly, because Curly was here earlier as well. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, have a lovely rest of your weekend, and I will catch you all next time. I'll be back on Monday, where we'll be continuing Sekiro. But anyone else that might be having a nice weekend, I hope you all have a good time. I'll catch you all then. Bye 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 bye. Feel free to drop by the raid or say something. But yeah, catch you next time.